let's see. Here we go. That's much better. Alright, Kerbal Space Program. We're gonna go to the moon. So we'll start a new one. Sandbox. Nice little exclamation point. What looks good? What looks good? Ooh, I like the periapsis one. Alright. Difficulty. Don't want indestructible facilities. Heating good. Alright, here we go. So, built a ship before to make it to the moon. And then I plummeted down too fast and crashed. So, if we could not do that this time, that would be absolutely fantastic. Alright, let's start designing something. So I really love this pod. Slap some RCS fuel on it. It's probably enough. And then I always have too little fuel. I always don't have enough. So I don't want to make it that small. That might be a little bit too big. Maybe like that. That's probably pretty good. What engine do we want? Let me know what you think. Well, engine. Terrier's too small. Swivel, I think, burns a little too fast, and the nerve's just too tall. Because if I add legs here, they're not gonna really extend well. So I think I should throw a poodle on there. Poodle's perfect. All right, so let's figure this out. This will not be coming back, unfortunately. So we don't really need parachutes. What I'm gonna feel. We get these big bad boys on here on a 4 configuration because I'm really bad at landing them. Yeah, that's probably pretty good. There we go. So that looks like a pretty good landing capsule for now. And we'll have Jeb in there. Jebediah will be good. We need a ladder. So last time, my one successful time I did this, forgot a ladder. So my Kerbals got to the surface and couldn't do anything. Couldn't get back up. So that's probably pretty good. They can probably fly up there, but we don't need that to start extended. We can retract that. All right. So what else do we need? Could probably slap some lights on there in the 4. Right about like that. Well, that's probably not good. That's good. That's good right there. Launch escape system. Slap that on top. And 2 solar panels. I like the look of the 2. Right in between that. And now we need to add some RCS. I always forget the RCS. When I do, it's awful because I can't do much with it. So, command and control. We'll use some of these. Oh boy. So we'll need to offset it slightly. Boy, that's an ugly design. Okay, who cares though? Who cares? Alright, we can just keep going. Alright, so I don't know how I want this rocket to look. Whether we have one massive engine, or like we split it off into 3 smaller ones, or if we use boosters or something. But all I know is that every single time I build a rocket, it flies terribly. So if we can stay away from that, I'm happy. This one will have 2. That's probably a little bit too tall. We can do 2 of these. Should probably be, well, 3 of these actually. That looks pretty good. I like that. And then swivel's a little bit too small. Well, that's producing. Let's see. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? 265. Well, okay, I'm gonna just go with it. Screw it. All right, stacked a coupler too small. When gifts just I love the look of that. It's so great. But nope, we're gonna do that. Oh no. No. See, that engine just simply won't do because I'll hate the look of it. I will hate that. I'll look at this there really quick. Vector. So as the first stage engine to highest sea level efficiency. Alright, we might actually use that. We might. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. That engine's gonna flame out way too quickly. But it doesn't really matter. So now what we're gonna do is it in structural. We need the 3 adapter, quad 3. And that one's too small. The tri adapter. Smaller than I'd like. But, well, yeah. Yeah, we'll go with this. Fuel tanks. So we can only fit on the smaller fuel tanks, but I think that's okay. I think that's perfectly acceptable. Why you do this to me? There we go. Alright, that looks pretty good. Looks very weird, but that's what we get. So let's bring it up a little bit. We can slap some of these nice engines on here. Ooh, they don't fit, do they? Oh, they do fit. But just barely. Just barely. Alright, I do like that though. That looks pretty good. Alright, let's stitch this. Stitch it. Before I forget. Because I forget. Use some of these. All right. We need to add aerodynamic fins before I forget. Fins. Deluxe winglet. So many to choose from. Right like that. Well, no, that's a little off. Right there. That's pretty good. I like that. Yeah. Alright, so rocket looks okay. Got the stack stitch up to there, so it shouldn't wobble too much. Maybe slap some standard canards right here just to make it more aerodynamic. I guess we should probably have these light a little before we separate, just to, that would be standard operating procedure. Splits, this rocket's gonna go on. Splits. What is this? Oh, and I forgot. Because Kerbal Space Program doesn't really like to separate it, I have to throw one of those on there at the same time that I do this. So what will happen in this stage is we'll get the jettison of the launch escape tower and the bottom stage, and then this will start, because we want to have a limbo period before it does fire. And this should get us to the moon. So save it, and I saved it as untitled. Saved. What crew are we gonna have? We don't want Valentina. Well, actually, do we? Nah. We're gonna just go with this right here. Alright, launch time. Launch. Alright. She looks pretty good, I think. Should probably lower it down a little bit, but just want to make sure I've got my staging right. Too often I launch it, my staging's wrong, and so in the middle of it I'm like, oh no, what am I doing? Alright, SAS on, hope for the best. There we go. Oh, she's wobbly. That was a terrible, terrible launch. Absolutely horrific. But at least you can do a little flight with this. I'm noticing it's very hard to control. Very, very hard to control. Hello, viewer. We have an extremely failed launch here. Very bad. Let's just separate there. And this was supposed to get us to the moon, but as you can see, this is certain death. So let's just see if we can get it to land, I guess. Do a little bit of time warping. We didn't put parachutes on it because I figured we'd be landing on the moon. But it's not like that's gonna happen. Set it to retrograde. Here we go. Landing gear. Out. We're coming in hot. No parachutes to save us. Alright. Should probably start the full boost now, although it doesn't really matter. Because with the Kerbin's gravity, it doesn't matter. Ooh, what a failure. What a failure. Revert to vehicle assembly. Alright, so we got a little wobbly here. Wobbling stuff. Let's do ×3. Try to stitch that. I can never figure out the zoom on this thing. It doesn't ever want to zoom in right. Oh, that doesn't want to work. Okay, we'll just get rid of this bottom part. Structural. Big bad boy. Ah, that's a little too big. That's a little too small. It's way too small. It's still too small. So we'll need to use this just regular one again. Engines. Well, we're gonna go big or go home, right? Curvodyne. Big bad boys. Actually, now that I think about it, I can just actually do we have an adapter for this? We do. Yes. So it'll look even better now. Big bad tanks right here. I mean, screw the moon. Just go to like Jewel or something. Eve, maybe. Rhino. And now that I think about it, we should probably use some boosters because this thing is not going to want to fly. Engines. Kick back. Yeah, this will work. This is gonna work. This is a great plan. Nothing could go wrong here, right? Right? Oh man. I always love to do that to the tips of my rockets, just so that way they're aerodynamic and that they look cool. No, we don't want that at first. All right, so we get stage separation. And then the light, then that. Okay, that looks pretty good. All we need are some structural parts. So that way this thing doesn't fall off the launch pad. Alright, I'm not going to do any stitching of the stack for now. Let's see how this works. And now this is V2. Alright, save that bad boy. Alright. So this is not going to work well. Now that I think about it, because we have our boosters, we should do that. Boosters ignite with that. So yeah, that would work. Oh, we don't have any aerodynamic fins on the bottom. That's okay though. It's okay. We don't need those. Ha. Oh, she doesn't want to fly. She does not want to fly. Oh. Save yourself. No. Hey, the crew didn't die. The crew didn't die. Okay, so that means we need to take out a fuel tank. So let's take that one out and see how it flies. And now that I think about it, take out one of those too. Now if we save it, now maybe, just maybe, she'll fly. I don't know. Not having great success here. And my ordering's all messed up again. Want the boosters to ignite with that. Everything else should be good. Alright. SAS is on. Full throttle. Engine on. Oh, she's flying. Probably not going to continue to fly, but you never know. The Apollo 11 mission, the rocket doesn't take off too quickly, but if we can get up to 100 meters a second with the booster still attached, I think we can make it. I think. It's just turning that's going to be... Turning is going to be... I don't know about that. Oh, yep, we're past. Alright, so decreasing power. Can you continue traveling at this speed? Hold up. Oh no. Well, this is a failure. I don't know what happened to my staging.
What is that?
What?
What is that? Where did it come from?
It's a microphone. It was in the basement.
Oh. Do you want me to make you those Velveeta cheese bake things for lunch?
Make what? Oh yeah, sure.
Or we don't have to be there till 5:30 now.
Okay.
Because I did so much work today.